Hi everyone, my name is Nidhi and the topic of this micro lesson is what's so good about low stakes quizzes. The title suggests that I already support the notion that low stakes quizzes are good. Why? You will soon find out. I will start by explaining key terms, followed by exploring the benefits of low stakes quizzes. We will also look at some best practices. Everything I share is backed by research. So what are low stakes quizzes? Traditionally, quizzes are used as an assessment tool to see how well the students are doing or not doing. Low-stakes quizzes, on the other hand, are incorporated as a learning and practice tool. These have little or no impact on students' course grades. Another term that will help us understand the benefits of low-stakes quizzes is retrieval practice. It is the act of trying to recall learned information without having it in front of you. Each time information is retrieved or an answer is generated, it cements the content in our long-term memory, thereby enhancing retention. Recall is a simple yet extremely powerful learning strategy, not an assessment strategy. So how are low-stakes quizzes and retrieval practice connected? Well, low-stakes quizzes are a useful strategy for retrieval practice. When quizzes are used as a tool for learning and not of learning, they can help students retain information longer and more effectively. It only works if a low-stakes quiz is used as a practice tool and not as an assessment tool. Let us now look at some of the benefits of low-stakes quizzes. The first one is retention. Retention refers to the process whereby long-term memory preserves learning in such a way that it can locate, identify, and retrieve it accurately in the future. A low-stake quiz offers low-stress recall opportunities, which in turn helps with long-term retention. Low-stakes quizzes offer metacognitive benefits by allowing learners to identify potential learning gaps and seek support and resources to address these gaps. During a low-stakes quiz, students have the opportunity to engage more with the content. This can further guide self-regulated study. Low-stakes quizzes can reduce anxiety and stress and address educational inequities, often associated with high-stakes assessment. When the pressure of performance is removed, learners are naturally encouraged to focus on the material as opposed to a grade. In such conditions, long-term learning can take place for all students. Low-stakes quizzes encourage learners to achieve mastery. Because the learners are not stressed, they genuinely care about learning, and hence, they engage with the content in a more meaningful manner. In a low-stakes quiz scenario, learners are not scared of being penalized for making mistakes, but encouraged to learn from them. Hence, the focus shifts to mastery. Now that we understand some key benefits of low-stakes quizzes, perhaps you are thinking, well, how can I integrate these in my courses? There are a bunch of ways you can do that. For example, you can give frequent knowledge checks throughout the course. Another way to bring in low-stakes assessment into your courses is by assigning ungraded practice quizzes to students. Some other examples include assigning a rough draft and other key milestones for final papers, or reallocating final exam into multiple shorter assessments, or assign weekly reflections and let students choose the format to present their reflections. One of my favorite practices is to offer unlimited attempts on a quiz. The key here is to make sure that the students are aware which questions they got wrong so that they can revisit the content and attempt the question again. Most learning management systems offer this feature. I often use H5P in my courses to add zero-stakes assessment. In our course, CTL 1620, we regularly integrate low-stakes quizzes. It's been our experience so far that students enjoy the freedom of taking the quizzes multiple times so that they can achieve 100% grade on their quizzes while gaining mastery of the learned content. And why all this matters? Because too much learning is lost every year. When learning is lost and neither retained nor utilized by the student, learning scrap occurs. Research indicates 70 to 90% of new learning is forgotten within 18 to 24 hours after the lesson. Well, that's a lot of learning scrap. The stakes are high. This further adds to inequity in education. So what can we do? Well, we know that retrieval practice helps. We also know low-stakes quizzes offer great recall opportunities that are stress-free. This can help fight learning scrap, bolster retention, and help to reduce educational inequities. And not only does it help the students, but it also has many advantages for instructors too. For one, easy or no marking. It truly is a win-win. So next time, when you're considering integrating quizzes in your courses, consider low-stakes quizzes or perhaps even zero-stakes quizzes. The key is to integrate these as a learning strategy and not as an assessment strategy. If the goal is learning, then give low-stakes quizzes a go. Thank you for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the micro lesson.